Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Insha Rehman and you are currently listening to Radio LUMS. For today's special episode, we have our guest, who is Dr. Syed Kumail Rizvi, who is an assistant professor at the Suleman Dawood School of Business at LUMS and is currently working in the MS Financial Management program. Dr. Rizvi is not only a CFA but also a CFRM who has more than 10 years of experience in teaching at multiple leading institutes in Pakistan and France, and has conducted research and has gained professional experience in the fields of finance, risk management, and the likes. I could go on and on with the introduction of our esteemed guest, but I'll keep it brief for now. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
How has your week been going, sir?
Week is going fine. Alhamdulillah.
Sir, so moving on towards the topic of our discussion, could you kindly share a brief overview of the program that you're teaching?
Okay, so I guess that you're talking about MS Financial Management program.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the program is, in my view, it's a timely and bold response by the faculty of SDSB and the management of SDSB. If you look at the world, how it is changing, how it is evolving, particularly during the last 20 years. So one thing we can observe very carefully, and it's very visible that uncertainty is increasing.
For sure.
And that uncertainty is putting different organizations, individuals at a very vulnerable position, particularly when it comes to managing their finances. So in that context, I believe that MS Financial Management program was a need, and SBSB has taken, lead in that to offer such program in Pakistan.
Definitely, sir. Sir, so students from which academic background would be the most suited for this kind of program?
Well, that's a very interesting question, and I would like to, take few minutes here. Generally, it is believed that this program is an offshoot of a business program. So only graduates from business program should be joining MS Financial Management program. When we sat with the program committee, we realized that financial management is a very specialized area. And honestly speaking, no single field probably makes you eligible to, take further education in this specialized area. So yes, of course, people who have a business background, who have done their BSc in accounting and finance or economics in finance or business administration.
Yeah.
They are, of course, the most eligible candidates to join this program. But at the same time, when we look at the structure of finance itself, we realize that, it requires you to be good in other subjects like number crunching related subjects, calculus, mathematics, logic, and of course, you also have to have a good idea of overall business environment. Management, marketing, political economy.
Certainly.
So these are few areas in which if you have taken courses in your undergrad program, you are, I think qualified to join this program.
Right, sir. So do the applicants require prior work experience? And if yes, what field of work should they be belonging to before joining this program?
We don't require at the moment any kind of work experience, but of course in our interview process it has some marks. So if you are coming with the experience in corporate sector, of course it will put you in advantageous position. So we'll consider your experience, and of course the more relevant it is to the degree program, the more helpful it would make you. So it's basically about judging the suitability of the candidate. It's not only looking at the transcript of the candidate. We try to evaluate the overall personality, overall caliber of the candidate who is joining this program.
Right. So what do you think? What are the key skills that a candidate can learn from enrolling in this program?
Interestingly, first of all, we should not deny that number crunching would be required. It's a very specialized program, financial management, so you should be good in numbers. And by good in numbers, it does not mean that you only are able to crunch number. You should have, a passion to work with numbers. So we, of course, do not want anyone who gets nauseatic when they look at the financial statements of the company. For some people I know, they would become, such. So we want someone who is comfortable with numbers, who has an acumen to apply some underlying or broader logic on those numbers as well. That's a key aspect. So we want, of course, someone with a diversified background, preferably in the business area, good and comfortable in number crunching, mathematics and logic and calculus. These are some of the skills. But at the same time, person should have a good understanding of finance, economics, and accounting as well.
Absolutely.
So these are some of the key areas in which, if you are good, you may be able to excel in this program.
Sir, and what do you think after enrolling in this program and going through a degree for 2 years? What are the key skills that the person then comes out with?
Okay, so what you need to understand is that it's 1.5 year program.
Right.
And there are so many areas in finance in which we put a tilt in this program towards that. At the moment, we are trying to make it focused on the corporate finance and the investment finance side. Okay, these are some of the areas which we believe are इनको ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है इस वक्त अच्छे फाइनेंस मैनेजर्स की. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट फाइनेंस, उसमें रिसर्च एनालिस्ट्स की जो जॉब होती हैं, कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस जिसमें आप फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर्स की पोजीशंस को देखते हैं. वी आर नॉट developing people for the starting early career people. No, that's not the idea. They already have the basic knowledge in their undergrad about the business and the finance. What we want is that they should be able to see the larger picture. They should be able to put some perspective in the numbers, and they should be able to make decisions which are kind of value-adding decisions for all the stakeholders. Right. So this is what basically we believe.
All right, sir. And could you shed some light on what are the job prospects after this program, and how can this program help the students accomplish their future goals?
Okay, so the job prospects are, I believe, quite bright, because first of all, job is not only depending upon the degree only. So Correct. it has some other factors as well. So first, if we look at the program, it is offered by SDSB, which is one of the leading business school in Pakistan. So that is one factor which probably would facilitate students in getting job. At the moment, if I talk about the first batch, in which we have only 13 students, so there are multiple organizations which are willing to take all 13 at the moment when they have around 7-8 months to complete their degree. So because of the branding, because of the brand equity that this program students would enjoy, I think getting right kind of job would not be an issue. But when you ask about the sectors, in my personal view, I would prefer my students to go in the corporate finance area, work as financial analyst, CFOs, portfolio managers as well. But all these jobs would also require some kind of prior experience as well.
Definitely.
So if the candidates are coming with some prior experience in that area, probably getting advanced positions and leading key positions within those sectors would be much relevant for them. But as far as getting right type of job is concerned, I don't see our candidates would have any kind of problem. There's a dearth of good finance people in Pakistan as well as globally.
Yes, sir.
So we are very optimistic about that.
That's amazing. Sir, is there anything you would like to add about the program, or anything you would like to say more to the students currently willing to enroll or looking to enroll in this program?
Well, I must reiterate some of the facts here, and I would want everyone who is listening to us to encourage them to at least apply. Even if you feel that you may not have the right kind of background, we would be looking for a very special kind of traits in our candidates. Many students in Pakistan do not apply for such specialized programs because they believe that they don't have the right kind of background. And we have a very different kind of opinion here.
Yeah.
So, for example, I would like to mention few names here. In the area of finance, if we talk about some of the people who have contributed a lot in the area of finance, the one name that comes in my mind immediately is Fisher Black. He was the one who developed this one of the most widely and famous financial model, Black-Scholes-Merton financial model. People know him with reference to that, but that was not the only model developed by Fisher Black.
Right.
So he developed number of models, for example, Black-Litterman model and others. And he was a physicist. He was a physicist by, when we look at his background, and he contributed, a lot in the domain of finance. Similarly, we have Daniel Kahneman, who also received Nobel Prize in Finance. And he's a psychologist, along with Amos Tversky, his co-author. He was also a psychologist. And one of my most favorite, and probably you are also aware about him because you have taken some courses in finance, Gene Farmer.
Yeah, definitely.
He did his BA in Romance languages.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of, the thing which is unheard of in Pakistan. And therefore, what has happened that we are encouraging people. Even in current batch, we have a student with the engineering background, but he has taken many courses in economics and business and engineering management. So we believe that, this candidate is suitable enough to join this program. Of course, one thing I must like to mention here, that according to, nature of the degree, since it would be considered as a business degree, so some students who are coming from a very different kind of background, they may have to take some additional courses as a prereq courses.
Right.
But that would be for their own betterment, and I believe that this is what I want to highlight, that everyone is encouraged to apply in this program.
Certainly, sir.
And if you have a passion towards finance, you must come forward. If you feel good working with numbers, you must come forward. If you really want to contribute something towards the society and towards everyone who is in your vicinity, if you want to improve the standard of living, if you want to be better in your life, this is probably the right type of program for anyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rizvi, for coming in here today, for giving us so much of your time and giving us so much information regarding this program. It has been very insightful to have this conversation with you, and I'm sure it will help a lot of people who are going to enroll in this program.
Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you, sir. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into Radio LUMS today. You were listening to our special episode with our guest, Dr. Syed Kumail Rizvi. I would like to specifically mention that the graduate program at LUMS offers a 60% scholarship to all staff members, and we encourage you to take up this brilliant opportunity. I would just like to reiterate the dates. The application went online for the program on 5th November 2021. The deadline to take the GMAT, GRE and other tests is 8th May 2022, and the online application deadline is 17th May 2022. Thank you once again, everybody. This is it from my side. Allah Hafiz.